Hey, how's it going? This is Eno. Haven't seen y'all in a while. It's been probably 2, maybe a little bit more weeks since I've done a video. Just been really busy with all the things you got to do leading up to winter. The weather has definitely turned. The days are colder. The nights are longer. So a lot of yard work, a lot of preparing for the winter, getting those kind of last minute chores out of the way. Doing all the fertilizing and all that kind of jazz for the fall. Some raking, all the cleaning the gutters, doing all that kind of stuff. So a lot of projects going on around the house and getting ready for winter. And this is actually one of them. And I thought I'd turn the camera on. I actually set up the camera to do some videos later today. And this wasn't really something I was planning on videotaping, but I said, what the heck, I'm sitting here, I'm doing this, I might as well throw on the camera. Basically what I'm doing is I'm going through and taking an inventory, got an old piece of paper over here, taking an inventory of everything I have for what I call my disaster preparation. I don't consider myself to be much of a prepper. In fact, I'm not a prepper. If anything, I might consider myself to be a light prepper. But preparedness is something that I believe in to an extent. And there are some decisions I've made in my life that I think are conducive to more long-term preparation. I'll get to those in a minute. But I kind of prep for what I like to call, and I don't mean any disrespect to anyone out there who does a lot of hardcore prepping. I know some people have, a grocery store in their basement and they can survive for 5 or 10 years with what they have, and they have generators and solar electricity and battery backups and 5 years worth of food and $50,000 worth of nickels and all this other stuff. So I don't get into that level of prepping. That's not really my thing. If that's your thing, it's great. It's not really my thing. The type of preparation that I do is basically the everyday kind of natural disaster threat, things that you just need to be prepared for. We live up in the north, so we get pretty nasty winter storms, and some of them have been known to knock out the power and leave you snowed in for a couple days. So it's nice to have some stuff that you can depend upon in your home, so that you have enough food, you have enough water, you have some basic medical equipment, you have a way to heat your home if the power goes out during the winter. You have some extra food for your pets, that sort of thing. Making sure that you have all the things that you need in case something like that happens. That's the kind of preparation that I do. I also have a go bag for both my wife and I. It consists of 3 bags, actually. It's 2 backpacks, one for myself and one for my wife, and then we have a duffel bag with some clothing. This is not like a bug out bag. I'll do some videos of them a little later on. They're actually pretty nice, I think. To be honest with you, I think I did a pretty good job of them. But they're the kinds of things that, if we have to leave the house in a hurry, that we'll grab them. Change of clothes and basic necessities for I'm not going to say survival, but basic necessities for living are in these bags. And copies of the deed to our house, copies of our health insurance, photographs of each other, photographs of us together, photograph of our house, our marriage certificates, copies of our birth certificates. These are all copies. Copy of our social security number, copy of our driver's license, emergency contact phone numbers, family and friends phone numbers and addresses, things like that. And then the basic provisions that you might need if you get displaced from your home for a period of time. This is the kind of thing that, if we get woken up in the middle of the night and our home is on fire and we have to evacuate really, really quickly, these are a couple of things that we can go. In case we're in our pajamas when we run out of the house, we got the duffel bag full of a little extra clothing. If some sort of natural disaster comes in, a flood or the sewers back up or something like that, and we have to evacuate our home, or in case there's a ammonia dioxide spill or something like that on railroad tracks in our town or something like that, we have to evacuate our home. This is something that we can quickly grab and leave the house with the understanding that most likely we're going to be returning to our house and life will continue on as normal. So that's what those bags are for. I don't call them bug out bags, I just call them go bags. My wife calls them grab bags. So I got some basic supplies for that. I'll do some videos of those. Those are kind of neat. Got some cool bags. Got some cool stuff in them. So that's kind of my level of preparation. We keep our pantries fully stocked at all times. We never run our food supplies and all that kind of stuff down to the bare minimum. We always have a few extra bags of food for our pets, things like that. We have a water cooler, so we always have some jugs of water laying around. We keep a couple cases of bottled water in the house at all times. A little drink here, a martini. It's a gin martini. I don't believe in vodka martinis. I think it's a sin. I drink. I do. I don't drink a lot in these videos. Most of my videos I post up, I have firearms in the video. And I really do try to make a responsible effort not to, to be a good role model. I don't want to have alcohol and stuff like that, be consuming alcohol in the background when I'm doing videos with guns. I guarantee you, every time I do a gun video, I'm not drinking. I'm stone sober. I hope I don't have a video done like a year or two ago where I have a beer in the background or something like that totally proved wrong. I've had some beer and stuff like that in some other videos, not involving guns. But anytime I have a firearm in the video, I try to keep the drinking to a minimum. So anyways, just kind of getting back to it. I just finished kind of counting everything up in here. There's a few things in here that we've used over the last year. Well, actually not years, probably been 6 months. I try to inventory our first aid kit about every 3 to 6 months, or at least before every winter and every summer, at a minimum. So this and a little tape. If you don't know what this is kind of cool. If you don't have one of these, I've actually used this. You can see on the end where I've cut it off. I use this for work sometimes, so some of the stuff I've used for that too. It's basically a sleeve, and you can cut off as much as you like. It comes in a big roll, and you can cut off, enough to do a leg, or enough to just put over your wrist, or enough to do your forearm, or something like that. But if you fall and you scrape, like you get like road rash or something like that, like all up your arm, and you put gauzing and stuff, like you have a big cut and big gauze. We're talking large surface areas of wounds, where you put large gauze pads and stuff like that on yourself. And one of the ways that you can keep them on is you use these things. You just cut them off where you need them, and it's like a sleeve, and you just kind of slick it on like this. I won't fully do it, and it will keep the gauze down and attach these things so it won't move around and stuff like that. Really neat. I always try to have some of that around. The other thing I like to, stuff like this, like adhesive stitches. This is for, if you have a deep cut that requires stitches, you can use these instead. They help close a wound like that. So, I mean, stuff like this is great to have around, especially, even if you're into long-term prepping, these are some of the things that you should have around. We have the basic stuff, some scissors, Band-Aids, antibiotic, burn ointment, cortisone cream, gauze, some spray. This is antiseptic spray. A lot of this stuff you buy at Walgreens, Walmart, stuff like that. It doesn't cost a lot, and this is insurance. And we use this. This is our day-to-day first aid kit. When you cut yourself slicing onions or whatever, you need to have a good first aid kit. But when you have the bigger stuff, or you have time where you maybe won't be able to have really great emergency response, this kind of stuff becomes really important. So definitely there. The other thing I did today was, I already did it. I replaced all the batteries in all my flashlights. I do this at least once a year, regardless of the last time I checked the battery, regardless if I used it at all, I will replace the batteries. So I have a couple LEDs ones. I got a Mag. This one I got at Gander Mountain. I think this one I got at Walmart. This is just a Coleman, big old LED one. That one's kind of cool. This one I also got at Walmart, Coleman. It's a 5 LED. I actually like this one because it has the ability, once you turn on, you can use it to signal. So that's kind of cool. And then I just have these little ones. I think you buy these for like $1. That's just a little, halogen light one. Those are $1 with the battery, I think. These you can buy at Walmart. I think these are Rayovac or something like that. Kit with batteries is $3. These are just little halogen ones. Honestly, if you're, you gotta walk down the hallway, the power's out, you gotta walk down the hallway to go to the bathroom, you don't need a frickin' LED tactical light. You can just do with one of these. So yeah, I got some of those. I got some nicer ones. These are actually not all my flashlights. I have some flashlights in other parts of the house and out in the garage and stuff too, but brought these downstairs. These are the ones I kind of keep down in my basement in kind of my little preparedness area, if you will. I got some work gloves. I always keep those in. I have a number of these bins. These are just Rubbermaid bins, or Sterilite actually is what they are. And one of the things that I'm doing here today is I'm kind of going through these bins and getting everything together, because I'm not the world's most organized person. I'm relatively organized, but this has gotten a little away from me. I kind of have a bunch of these bins, and to be honest with you, I've just been kind of throwing stuff in the bins, and I need to kind of get it out, see what I got, see what I need, and kind of like, for instance, this has some extra batteries, 9 volts, AA's, AAA's. These are not all the batteries I have. I have other batteries. I have more of these types of batteries in other places in my house and in some other bins. Like, not all my stuff is like centralized and in the same spot, or, I mean, it's all in the same spot. They're all in totes in my shelf, but, some of them are in different totes. And, definitely a little bit more organization needs to be done. Got some hefty bags. These are zip top bags. I just use those like these here. Just keep stuff dry. See what else I got in here. I got some stripping gloves. These are chemically resistant, disposable gloves. Those are a good thing to have. Got a couple of rolls of duct tape. I mean, I have duct tape in my house normally, but this is just kind of an emergency supply. I got a plastic drop cloth. Those are really handy to have. Got a compass in here. Got some Bic lighters, a couple packs of those. Got a stick lighter. This is actually some backup supplies. Most of what I'm taking out here is actually backup supplies for our go bags. So that's actually what most of the stuff is. Little wisp things that you brush your teeth with. Keep those in those little bags. Here's some hot hands and some chemical heating pads. I thought I had some chemical glow sticks in here, but I guess I don't. Plastic hooded ponchos. You can buy these at Walmart for 88 cents. Okay, I mean, I have one of these in each one of our go bags, plus I have one of these in each one of our glove boxes in the car. So, what else I have? Some nice carabiners. I got a little pocket knife in here. A little Gerber. Just a little extra one laying around. Here I got some water purification stuff. This is iodine and iodine neutralizer. This is pretty good stuff. I've used that before. This is some chlorine dioxide tablets. The reason why I have this is because chlorine dioxide tablets will kill cryptosporidium. Iodine does not kill cryptosporidium. If you are in an area where there's known to be or a history of cryptosporidium, you're going to want to use chlorine dioxide or bleach or boiling to purify your water. This will not do. And I do live in an area where cryptosporidium has a history of being in our water. There was an outbreak a number of years ago, so I always like to keep that around. Like I said, you can use bleach too. I also have like a little camping filter, one of those ones you carry with you and use filter, and those do work good for everything too. This is just some backup stuff that I have. So, yeah, like I said, Dermatone. I keep a lot of these around. Looks like I'm running kind of low. I only got 3 left. Again, this is something I keep one in every go bag. I keep some down here as backup. I put them in our vehicles, our little emergency kits in our vehicles. This is a sunscreen, moisturizer, lip balm. These things are important. So if you go without, that's something you're going to wish you had. So anyways, I was just going through all this stuff, kind of taking some inventory. I don't want to take up too much time here, so I'm going to throw this stuff back in here. So just see what I got, see what I need, make sure I got everything. I do have a little bit of food over there too. So the other thing I was doing too, let's take a drink. Now I've had a little bit of alcohol, so I'm not going to play with my knives. But the other thing I've done too is just took out all my knives. I already did this, and I just sharpened them all. Or just made sure that they were sharp. I got my K-bar. Not all my knives are here, but the ones I use a lot are K-bar. Got that one there. My wife got me these 2 Bear Grylls knives. She got these, one for Christmas and one for my birthday. And these are, I don't watch this guy's show. It's Survivor Man or Man vs. Wild or whatever it is. I don't watch his show. Okay, plain old. I don't really know. I mean, I know who he is, but I don't watch the shows. Not a fan. But I actually kind of like these knives. They're pretty nice. Thing I like about this is it's really lightweight. It's a big knife, but because this is a rubberized polymer grip, it actually it actually is really, really light. And this is I think, a really good survival knife. It's got, you know, a steel and flint for making fire. It's got, you know, it's a nice knife. It's got a little, on the pommel there, or whatever you call that, the butt end of the, you know, like a little hammer. It's got a place to sharpen the knife back there. All in all, it came with a whistle too, which I took off because I thought that was really stupid. I understand why it has a whistle, but I don't need a whistle on my knife. Got a couple other knives. This is my Smith & Wesson. This one actually is the knife I keep in my go bag. That was pretty cool. These are just fun knives. I think I picked these up at a gun show. That was kind of cool. So, actually, I think I got one on eBay. This is another one. This one says it's Gerber right there. I have a sneaky suspicion this is a knockoff, Chinese knockoff. I don't really think that's a real Gerber. I think I got this one on eBay too, actually. So a couple nice knives. And my buck knife, I got this when I was 15. I've had this knife for a really long time. So you can tell it's all tarnished and whatnot. So anyways, I sharpened those earlier, replaced all the batteries there, took some inventory of my first aid kit. I got my totes out, was kind of going through those, taking an inventory there, making sure I got everything, kind of getting everything in the same spot, getting ready for winter. So, hey, that's my video. Take it easy.